saying it, I'm going to keep saying it. XRP is the North Star of what Ripple's doing. We care more about what's going on in XRP than anybody else. There's obviously a lot of people who care, but we care more than anybody else. That will remain the case. Sometimes you'll see Ripple do something, and you'll be like, oh, I see a direct line between they did this, positive outcome around XRP, there's a direct line. Sometimes even people inside the company are like, hey, I don't get it. I promise you that when we do something over here, it may have 1 hop or 2 hops or 3 hops, but we're doing it because we think it's going to drive an outcome in the XRP ecosystem. So if we use these 2 recent, the bigger acquisitions we made last year, a company called Hidden Road in the prime brokerage services business, and then the second, a company called G Treasury, which has a sizable and growing office here in Sydney. I just mentioned that because I don't know if anybody were here, but kudos to that team. Both of them are a little bit different than how other crypto companies have approached it because they don't do crypto, right? G Treasury is last year processed about $14 trillion of payment flows. Do you know how many of those went through crypto or stablecoins? 0. And that's the opportunity. And I promise you, we're not going to go force. They have over 1,000 corporates ranging from kind of mid-sized corporates all the way up to the Fortune 50. We're not going to go force Ripple payments on top of those customers. We're not going to go force Ripple custody on top of those. We're not going to force RLUSD, but we're going to start to introduce it. And we're going to have to start to point out, hey, you're holding these deposits in whatever bank in whatever country and they're getting 0 yield. You could hold those in RLUSD and that would be a better outcome. Hey, did you know you could use XRP for your payment flows? And I'll tell you that the cultural fit of on both these acquisitions, of them understanding the North Star, they are bought in. They see how they can be a catalyst in transitioning a bunch of legacy, kind of boring, fuddy-duddy corporates into this future of financial infrastructure.
Shipping container is super basic, and why it's so profound is before the shipping container, of course, shipping goods was super labor-intensive, super inefficient, like moving money is today. You'd send stuff to a port. It had to be unpacked right there at the port, repacked. It was a huge drag on global commerce. And then along comes a shipping container, so the goods stay in that container at the point of manufacturing, sent right to their local port through a truck, a train, then to a ship, back to another ship, another train, another truck, interoperable in any port around the world. And when that was created in the 1950s, 700% increase in global trade, completely transformed ports everywhere, created a Cambrian explosion of new types of shipping companies. It's exactly what you saw with the internet, by the way, and it's exactly what you're going to see with a very low level. Again, that can't be Bitcoin or Ethereum or the XRP ledger. That will be a part of what happens here. But those things are heavy, they're thick, they're shipping companies with certain features that will never be acceptable to everybody in the world. You need something super low level, something like the Interledger Protocol is what we believe in, which is super basic, it's not a ledger, and just like not a shipping company, but something that the Chinese can get behind, you can get something in the developing world could get behind, Gates Foundation could get behind, which they have, the Americans could get behind. Very basic, very simple. And also, very importantly, if you deploy a shipping container in Los Angeles, the port of Los Angeles, it has no effect on the shipping container being used in Amsterdam or whatever the port is there. That's not true with databases. One additional entry to the Bitcoin ledger or to HSBC's ledger creates scalability issues to everything else in the system. That's why that can't work to be that network of networks.